And so the way that artificial intelligence affects us is really around several different points. The first point is around the development of inclusion exclusion criteria, right? So
Mhm.
one of the things that we always are trying to do, one of the key principles of trial design is getting the right medicines to the right patient at the right time, right? So we want to capture the patient at the right moment in their pathology where we expect the medicine to have the maximal benefit, and we want to capture patients who actually have the right cellular biology to respond to the mechanism of action. And there
Mhm.
sometimes is a discord between the phenotype, right? What the physician can actually see on evaluation and what's happening. A good example of that is diabetic eye disease. There are diabetics have very complicated pathobiology, and in the eye, um, some of it is VEGF mediated, where you vascular endothelial growth factor mediated, where you get leakage of the blood vessels, growth of new blood vessels,
Mhm.
and another aspect of it is inflammatory, where you get breakdown of the blood retinal barrier, you get a lot of sequelae from chronic inflammation. And so, one of the things that we've used artificial intelligence for, or we currently are developing, is to look at patients' characteristics at baseline, right? Whether it's
Mhm.
imaging characteristics or or patient history, and see if the computer can predict the patients that are going to respond more to anti-inflammatories or respond more to anti-VEGF
Mhm.
mediated pathways. And that the way you develop that, the way we're developing that, is we're taking a real world data set of patients who were treated with either VEGF or a steroid, and we're looking at that response. And so we're feeding the baseline information into the computer, and then we're also feeding in whether or not that patient responded. And it's a very binary thing, right? It's we literally are just telling the computer the patient responded or the patient didn't respond, and we're
Mhm.
asking the computer if it can develop an algorithm to predict the patients who respond and don't respond based off all of the initial criteria. And so that's the first way that we're using artificial intelligence, is to try our best to pick out the right patients to include in trials.